I'm high pace with a high rise taste.
Addicted to the vapors of paper. Embark in the darkest sins in the hearts of men. Every rapper that rap ain't
This is Cynic in the City. I'm your host, Gotham Green, co-hosted by Martin Arsenault. We talk about things you may like, things you may not like, but you gotta listen to find out.
Welcome to Cynic in the City. I am Martin Arsenault with your host, Gotham Green. What's up, Gotham?
Yo, Mar, what's going on, brother?
You know, same shit, different day.
That's it.
What about you, friend?
Nah, same shit. Middle of the week. Fucking raining out here in New York. So, yeah, just hit the road on my way back to the crib. Well, on my way back to run some errands and then back to the crib.
You getting a haircut?
Haircut, a whole bunch of other shit that I got to just knock out on my way. It's just wedding-related items.
I'm getting a haircut tomorrow for the first time in a long time.
Word?
I'm scared to even admit how long it's been publicly.
You going baldy like me?
Nah, I'm just getting a couple inches off. Shout out to White Keshia.
So...
Where you at, White Keshia?
White Keshia? What a name.
Well, her name is Keshia, but I was like...
She's white?
Yeah, she's white, and she's a homie.
Do you call me Brown Gotham?
Brown Gotham. No, I mean, I was like, in New Orleans, you'd be White Keshia. Because people were like, yes, Gotham, you would be White Keshia.
It's fucked up, man.
No, she would be White Keshia in New Orleans because you like rarely ever meet a white girl named Keshia in New Orleans.
Yeah, that makes sense. You rarely meet a white girl named Keshia anywhere, sir.
But, you know, ironically, she's met two other white girls named Keshia. I was like, you're the only white girl I've ever met named Keshia. I went to school with so many Keshias, too, when I was a kid.
Not a single one of them was white.
And I'm like, you White Keshia. You would be White Keshia if you lived in New Orleans. But she's from, I think she's originally from Montana and has lived in Oregon most of her life.
That's rough.
But yeah, her
Being
mom.
a girl named Keshia in Montana is thug.
Her mom named her after the Cosby Show.
Keshia Pullman Knight?
Is that it?
Rudy. That's Rudy.
Rudy. Okay. Yes. Then yes.
Yeah. Word.
Yeah.
It might be Knight Pullman. My apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rudy. Damn. She didn't want to. She didn't want to name him fucking Theodore.
She would be female Theodore.
She's already White Keshia. I don't think it's much worse.
No, I think White Keshia is totally acceptable. Like, you know.
I don't think so.
That's like if my name was Tyrone in New Orleans, I would definitely be White Tyrone or White Ty.
No, people would call you Ty. That's it.
White people would call me Ty. But if I introduced myself
to... people would be mad.
No, I don't think so, man. Like, and I was talking to her, and in my experience too, when like white people had traditionally black names in Louisiana, like black people would usually be more accepting of them. And she said that's her experience too when she meets. But it's funny because white people always call her like Keshia or Keshia or all this.
I totally forgot about that asshole Keshia. So yeah, that makes sense.
Like we met on Hinge and we just ended up becoming friends, but she's
like, not your barber.
She's not my barber. Stylist, okay. I think barber is an insult too.
Oh, so, I apologize. To ladies' hair, I apologize.
I mean, just long hair. I have to because I have long hair, it's different than going to like a barber and getting a cut as a guy, which is like way less expensive than getting a for one, I have curly, thick hair, so you get upcharged for that, and I get charged for a long haircut, which is what most people pay, what most women pay for a cut. So I'm paying I pay like $100 plus for a haircut, which is another reason why I'm like not always getting haircuts. Because one, I don't feel like I need it, but two, you know, with tip and everything, you end up spending like $150, especially if you buy product. I mean, you could be upwards of $200 something. So.
But I spend $160 a month on haircuts, so still you're coming out ahead because you haven't gotten a haircut in about 4 years.
What is there to cut?
I'm lazy as fuck, so I go to my barber, not my hairstylist, and because I'm a man, and he shaves my head and my face. I can't tell you the last time I actually put a razor blade to my own face because I'm fucking lazy.
So you
but
do
he's
it
the
once a
homie and
week?
shit, and I've been good. I go once a week to get a cut. Yep.
Wow.
Bro, this
so
is
you
what
only
this shit
shave
looks
once
like
a
when
week?
Yeah, this is literally 6 days. I'm on my 7th day right now. I got a haircut last Wednesday. We're here at Wednesday. So, like, My shit is fucking wild, dude. My shit grows like a fucking wildfire. Like, it's nuts. But I don't have to. I can do it. Everybody always asks me, well, why don't you just shave it yourself? I mean, because I don't want to. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, my thing is this. For white Keshia, of all of her clients, what percentage do you think are men?
I'm not sure, but based on her Instagram, probably maybe 10% tops. Yeah.
I was about to say 10, right? 1 out of 10, maybe she does a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, for that, yes, she's a hairstylist. I'll give it to you.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I think people that are professionally hairstylists get offended if you call them barbers.
So, where I get my haircut is actually my homie who I've been getting my haircut for years, but he used to work in a shop that was owned by another one of our homies, and then pandemic hit, and he was like, I'm fucking never going back to that shop again. So he cuts out of his house. But there used to be a girl that was a barber who did men's hair in there named Devin. Shout out to Devin. This young girl that like the owner of the shop took under his wing and was like a mentor for her. Yo, when I tell you this girl was nasty with men's haircuts and clippers, and like she used to have dudes lining up in there waiting to get cut by her. Now she was a cute little girl, but like, so some of those dudes probably just wanted to have her like touching them for 30 minutes. But like this chick literally had people lining up for her haircut skills. So they're definitely dope ass women barbers, men's barbers. I'll judge white Keshia's work when I see you in about 3 weeks.
Well, she has like really similar thick, like curly hair like mine. So that's like, I'm like, you know, the same person basically cut my hair for like 10 years. So
Are you gonna slick your hair back like Steven Seagal at the wedding?
absolutely.
Yes, I've been waiting for that.
I don't have the widow's peak like him. I guess I have a little bit of a widow's peak if you really pull my hair back, but my hair parts. So I don't rock it like that, but man.
Yo, you would look so funny with a bald head.
Yes. I mean, I had that after military school. I had just the shaved crew cut forever. I mean, even when we were hanging out, I pretty much had like short shaved hair and would just wear hats.
You looked crazy then too, bud. You know what I mean? Like, just because you were fucking 26 and young and thin and fucking handsome, you still look nuts.
Well, like my hair is unruly and it doesn't look, for me, I never felt like I could get it styled the way I wanted to when it was just medium length or short with a little volume. Like when we did that one shoot, when I was like trying to rock the pompadour for a little bit, like I had to put so much product in my hair to keep that like pompadour going, man. I mean, I thought it looked dope. A lot of people thought it looked silly. And I mean, I still think it looks dope if I look those pictures. I'm like, but I remember when Sarah was like trying to like show me how to style it. It took so long. And then I just would have to always carry product with me and a comb and always. And then I just like, that was right before you and I started the hair growing contest. And I just ended up growing it out, you know?
Do you know how much money I've saved on fucking hair product over the years just by going bald? I've been shaving my head since I'm 16. I mean, every once in a while, I would let it grow for like 6 months, a year, whatever. But yeah, dude, I saved so much fucking money on that. Did we have a line, an outfit that said my hair matched my outfit? I feel like I remember that.
Maybe so. Yeah, and that's no joke. Like hair products are super expensive. Like if you want the good stuff, like, and I buy Aveda stuff and it is really nice product. But you know, every time I make an Aveda purchase, it's like $250.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Do you know I do a joke on stage where I talk about like, you know, the fuck do I talk about? Where fuck, I completely lost my train of thought. But I do a joke on stage and like people like call me out for being bald. I'm like, all right, relax. Like, yo, it's just a joke. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't,
like, what
I don't
do you
spend
know
no
about
money on
hair?
I mean, really, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, right? They're like, nah, shut up, Baldy. I'm like, all right, you fucking assholes.
You've never had hair your whole life.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I've had hair before. Like you did last week. I got proof of it. It's on my Instagram. Go to my Instagram. I have had hair in my life. Like, I was not, actually, I'm Indian, so I was born hairier than I am right now, but I had really nice hair, and then it just went away. Oh, the joke, I just remember the joke. I'm telling you, dude, I'm shot. I do this joke about when I first moved in with my girl, I moved in with 1 bottle of shampoo and conditioner, 2 in 1, right? And now my shower has bottles on top of bottles. Yo, I'm telling you, it's happened a few different times where a girl will be like, you don't need it. I'm like, all right, bitch, like, calm down. Like, you know what I mean? You don't know what I need and what I don't need. Now, I
You don't
understand.
even need the head and shoulders.
It does not look like I need, it's Paul Mitchell, fuck you. It does not look like I need 2-in-1, but I still use shampoo. Like, you know, there is still some stubble up here. Like, I don't go fucking bick it. I go on a 0.
It surprises me that you only get shaved once a week because, I mean, you can grow a full, thick beard.
I have grown one right now in 7 days.
Like, you never
just can't
thought about
really tell
rocking
'cause
that?
my-
Like, I think you look good in a full beard.
No, I used to rock it. I didn't cut my beard for like 8 months. This was a few years ago. I just used to go bald with the beard. What happened was 2 of my cousins ended up getting married within like 3 months from each other. And my mom hated the fucking beard. And so my mom was like, I was like, I'm rocking this beard to the first wedding. My mom's like, look, you can rock it to the first wedding. You got to shave it for the second wedding. My fucking mom. I'm not arguing with her. So I rocked it to the first wedding. But the shit was thick. I used to be able to like pull it out. It would like stand up and shit. Again, that picture's on my IG as well. It's funny. I was just looking through it today and I was like, man, should I go back to this? Full disclosure, my girl doesn't necessarily love the look of bald head with full beard, but every once in a while I do it just to throw it off. Like, actually, my barber loves to fuck with me, and when I go like more than 10 days without a haircut, he'll typically just leave the mustache, and he'll be like, all right, I'm done with your cut. And I won't realize it until I look in the mirror. I'm like, bro, take this fucking mustache off. What the fuck are you doing? He's like, nah, it looks good. So one day I popped up at my mom's crib. It was like my mom was there, my brother was there, my girl was coming to meet me or whatever, and I just popped up with this mustache, and they were all like, yo, get rid of that shit now. I was like, all right, I guess funny. I can't pull off the pedo mustache, I suppose.
And it's in right now for some
and my shit is
strange
so
reason.
White, bro. My shit is just so
Your
white.
beard is white, really?
Oh my God. Yo, fuck you doing, man? Can't back up. Sorry,
I wish I could see what's going on. And to everyone watching right now, we did try the road rage cam today. We just couldn't get it set up.
No. We're implementing it. It's happening. It'll be on next week. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It'll be on next week. But yeah, some asshole. It's usually an asshole. But some FedEx guy fucked us over, and this guy tried to back up.
It's always the package guys, right?
I mean, really, dude, they don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Which, at the end of the day, when I want my package too, go ahead, dude, do whatever you need to do. Just get me my package. So I've been on both sides.
I mean, I guess so. I don't know if you'll have those Amazon electric trucks everywhere, but we have them here. Oh, my God. And, dude, they drive like they own the road here.
Yo,
like, they will stop in the middle of the street and get out. And it's
my God.
Yo,
and drag
dude.
that fucking yellow bucket. You see that? Do they have the yellow bucket where you are? Dude, these guys drag a fucking bucket. They look like ghetto Santa Claus. And they're just dragging this bucket up the fucking block. I'm like, bro, can't you just do this individually? Like, what is happening? You know who the worst people are in New York, dude? Bus drivers, school and regular bus. They are the fucking worst. They do not care. They will pull over in the middle of a street and be like, fuck you, what are you gonna do? Bro, you got children in the car. I'm supposed to hop out and hit you in the face with a baseball bat right now? Like, there's fucking 12 first graders in the back.
That's funny. Yeah, people in Portland will complain about the bus drivers being aggressive, but they're nothing like the aggressive bus drivers in New Orleans. Like, nothing. Like, they're pretty chilled comparatively, you know? I'm like, they're not that aggressive. Like, you can go around them and stuff a lot of the time, but yeah, I think it's like more exacerbated here with the Amazon drivers than the bus drivers.
See, the problem here too, right, and like in the city and like in the boroughs and shit, is like there's mad one-lane roads with cars parked on both sides.
Right.
So it's like, dog, if one person double parks slightly off, it fucks up everybody. Like,
right.
You can't get around that shit. Damn. You can't get around that shit. And so, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, dude, MTA buses too. Fuck the MTA, by the way, man. Fuck them. But MTA buses, them guys are the worst. Because like, if there's a car within 20 feet of the bus stop park, they'll just stop in the middle of the road. I'm like, dog, you could fit in the bus stop. That's why they have bus stops for you. You know what I mean? And if I park in the bus stop, it's like, I'm definitely getting a ticket immediately. So I'm like, man, fuck these guys. I want to start citizen arresting people and citizen ticketing people.
That's some Karen shit,
citizen
though.
Ticketing. Yeah, I'm ready for it. That's cool. Karen. Indian Karen is Karen. I'm ready.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Give a fuck. Call me White Karen. You know?
Cutting. White cutting.
Very nice. Well done. Well done. That's racist. That's racist.
Oops.
That's right. Whose accent is worse,
Apologies.
your Indian accent or my Southern person accent?
My Indian accent is definitely
We should do
worse.
that as a versus. That should be a versus. Jesus Christ. Because my Southern accent's not that great, but I like it.
It's better than my Indian accent.
That is a fact. But I also lived in the South. You never lived in India, so it's not really a fair
Yeah, and
competition.
I've only been around you and your family, basically. And I mean, like a couple of Indian guys I went to school with, but
Yeah, fuck those guys. No, that's the thing. I was in Texas when a guy asked me if I ever played Spotlight. And so I've had my interactions.
I'm jealous. I've never been invited to a game of Spotlight, so.
I've never been invited to. I think he was asking me if I played because if I said yes, he would be like, "You want to come?" And then I would have been the victim. You know what I mean? I had no idea what Spotlight was, and I wish I never knew.
I mean, that's a
And just
scary
things-
moment for like a brown dude with a bunch of white guys in the country. Like,
Dude,
what?
I'm not doing that.
Am I
fuck
about to
outta
get
here.
killed?
I went right to my cousin. I was like, "Yo, let's get the fuck out of this party."
That's like that time we were in the Inland Empire. You remember we went to this like house of these guys that somehow were involved in some shady casino shit, and it was like. And I was the only. Well, there was another white dude, but he was like basically one of the essays, like one of the homies.
Yeah, no, he got jumped in. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and we were in the cipher, and no one was passing me the blunt, and
Yes,
you
which
had
has
to
happened
be
to you
like,
many times.
you had to stop and be like, let him hit it, and I'm like, okay, thanks. And then we're like
Yeah.
sitting at the table. And mind you, I'm the only white dude besides the essay. We're like sitting at the table. They're like playing dominoes.
Yes, it was very much like Training Day.
Yeah,
I
because
remember.
they asked when I was like, we got to get the fuck out of here, is when they looked at Icon. They were like, you ever been to jail, homie? And I
Yeah,
was
I
like, I was like, Fisher, we got to leave. We got to go, dude.
Me and Fisher were good because he is Latino and I look Latino. So they weren't gonna bother us.
we were like, just don't say you're Indian. You just play up your Puerto Rican role.
Bro, I was at my girl. This was on Saturday. My girl's cousin in Hindu traditions, when you have a baby, like right around like the 5 to 6 month mark, you're supposed to shave the baby's head. It's like auspicious, and then it makes the hair grow like thicker or whatever. So her cousin just had a baby boy, so we went and did that ceremony. So I was at Rockaway Beach. One of her other cousins, like homies, came or whatever. So I'm chopping it up with this kid, and he's got like a cute little 5-year-old son. They're all Yankeed out and shit. So I was just chatting with them, and he was like, "Yo, what's your name?" And so I'm like, "Yo, my name's Gotham." He's like, "It's a great fucking name, dog. That's dope." Da 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 da. And so I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, it's whatever. It's my name. It's a typical Indian name." And so then he was like, "Oh, well, what are you?" And I was like, "What you mean?" He's like, "What are you? What nationality?" I was like, "Yo, I'm Indian." He's like, "Oh, word?" Because I had no idea what you were. And then my girl was like, "Oh, yeah, he could be like Spanish, Dominican." And he was like, "Yeah, that's what I thought." I was like, "Yo, bro, my whole life people have been thinking I'm Dominican or Puerto Rican." So in that Inland Empire situation, I wasn't worried about it. That scenario where people won't pass bud to the white people I'm around has happened multiple times. That shit happened with Raekwon and our homie Brooks. My cousin will tell you that story when you come for the wedding or whatever. But yeah, we were doing a gig with Ray, and we're backstage, and my boy Brooks is like this 5'3" white kid and one of the biggest Wu-Tang fans you've ever met, but looks mad conservative. And we were in the back, and he was like, "Bro, I just one dream is to like smoke with Wu-Tang, whatever. I'm like, "I got you, man." And this is like 2004, right? So like, I mean, Ray is still a legend, but like Raekwon was still huge at that time. And so we're backstage, everybody's chilling, everything's we're having a party. Me, Ray, Haps is over there, Brown is there, blah, 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 blah. And bro, his Ice Water Gang guys just keep skipping my boy Brooks. Bro, Brooks pulled out a bowl and just packs it and just starts smoking it himself and offers it to Raekwon, or before he smoked it, offered it to Raekwon, and Raekwon was like, nah, I gotta see the white boy hit the bidong first. He thought he was a cop. I'm sure those Inland Empire dudes thought you were a cop as well. I'm happy to tell people, yo, my white homies are not cops. You know what I mean? Like, they are not cops. I actually roll with white guys that are on the opposite end of that spectrum, if you know who I grew up with, like, you know? But yeah, that shit was funny, dude. Have you ever been to jail?
I understand it. Like, it is like a cultural thing, you know, where you don't trust this white person enough to break bread with them. And I get that. Like, I mean, respect has to be earned in some cases. But also, like, I've been in the same situation with Juvenile.
Yeah, same shit.
And,
that's a
you
great
know,
story.
and I actually got them the weed they were smoking because they couldn't find any good weed in New Orleans. And that's a whole other story, like, that we'll tell sometime. But I was the engineer in the session, and they started rolling it all up. And I'm like, they're passing it to each other. I'm like, I literally tapped Juvie on the shoulder and was like, can I hit that?
No.
And he handed me the blunt. He did, but they didn't pass it back to me again. But, you know, I hit it like 5 times. And then they all started battle rapping, like, you know, freestyling. And then they decided that they'll just battle rap against me as I'm engineering and talking mad shit about the white guy in the room.
Dude, was Young Buck in that session? Do you remember?
No, definitely not. Mm-mm.
What year was that?
This was about a year before Slow Motion came out, probably 2002 or something. Skip, if you know Skip from UPT.
No, so Buck was there, dude. 100%.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because he was UTP original member, 100%. And
yeah,
he
but
I
think I would. I'm almost certain that Young Buck was not there.
I mean, you might not even remember it was Young Buck because it wasn't the Young Buck from G Unit, like, at that point. You know what I mean? That's interesting. I got to look into that. Maybe he wasn't at that session. He was definitely UTP at that time, though.
Yeah, I don't think he was at that session because Skip and Juvie were the only ones that basically had the floor and basically had carte blanche to do whatever, you know.
Yeah, Buck might have been.
And there was an entourage. There was probably about 10 dudes, but
oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
You know, most of the guys,
Slow Motion's a gym.
about half of the guys were from California.
Oh, that's interesting.
And they were just like, we can't find any good Cali weed. And I'm like, I got you.
Yes, you're in New Orleans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, New Orleans in 2002, there was not much good weed to be found.
Not at all. Not at all. You could go get a nice beignet if you want, but
yeah,
you ain't getting that Cali.
Yeah.
You remember the Malcolm Green video? I got a shirt made that says "I love NY, but I smoke Cali." I missed that shirt.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And then do you remember the shirt I bought while we were mid-video that says "Gin and Jews"? And it's a bunch of like 2 Orthodox guys drinking gin.
No, I don't remember that.
And I've been told on numerous occasions I shouldn't wear this anymore.
And especially in Brooklyn, I don't know.
Dude, I work near the fucking biggest Orthodox community in the world. I think they would get the biggest kick out of it.
They might. I mean, that's the only way to find out if it's kosher, right?
Maybe. Oh, that's good. Well played. Nice wordplay there, sir. I like that.
Hey, I made a pun and didn't even intend to.
What an asshole.
Well, speaking of rap shit, like, you heard Tory Lanez got stabbed 14 times in jail?
Yo, man, 14 times he got poked in jail, dude. There's been a lot of fucking stories going on around about that, actually. So, he got hit. I think they said 4 in the chest. No. They said, I think 3 in the chest, 7 in the back, 2 in the back of the head, and 1 to the left side of his face. So basically what happened, dude, in the yard, some dude walked up on him, hit him in the chest quickly, a couple times. By the time he realized, he probably turned around to go run off. Dude chased him, hit him a couple more times in the back. When he stumbled down, dude probably hit him twice in the head. He turned to like protect and he got slashed. People were saying all sorts of shit about what this may be, retaliation from Meg Thee Stallion. Look, Tory Lanez is a smaller dude. Tory Lanez raps about gangster-ass shit, and Tory Lanez plays that hard guy role. So it could be a lot of different reasons why you get hit up in jail. But as crazy as this sounds, dude, I saw a thing today, which I absolutely believe, because it's a dude who has connects in that pen in Cali, did 14 years in jail. You know, I watch all these things pop up on social media. What happened is, the dude who stabbed him has got an insane story as well. He's serving a life sentence with no parole for second-degree murder charge, attempted first-degree murder. And what happened was, this dude, when he was 20 years old, this kid who stabbed Tory Lanez, when he was 20 years old, he met and started a relationship with a 13-year-old girl. That 13-year-old girl ran away from her house. He got into an argument one time with her and shot her in the face, right? And instead of going after an SA charge or a, abduction charge, they charged him with murder. So he got sentenced or whatever to life without parole. What they say is that guy was Tory Lanez' neighbor, cell neighbor. During a visit, all alleged, but I believe it. During a visit, Tory Lanez was flirting with that dude's girl or that dude's wife or whatever. They called him his wife. And that guy had an issue with it. And Tory was like acting tough. And he's like, man, fuck you. I'll fuck your bitch because she likes black dudes, da-da-da-da. So they say Homeboy was ready to rock. Now, Homeboy has also been charged after getting his life sentence because he's been caught with mad weapons in jail before, da-da-da-da. So look, dude, if you're going to go fuck with an inmate or play around with their girl, I'm not surprised that this happened to you. Tory, I don't think Tory Lanez should have been found guilty of the crime that he got found guilty of, shooting Meg Thee Stallion in the foot. But the bottom line is he was found guilty. So now you got to play the game. You're in the pen, dude. You got a 10-year sentence. Like, it's crazy. I watch guys like Viking Mindset. Shout out to Viking Mindset on TikTok, and guys like this who have like, these are dudes that did years in the joints and have come out and like have been telling stories about what they've seen, stories about how it goes with news stories and shit. But man, dude, 14 fucking times. Both of his lungs
Why don't
collapsed.
you think that he should have been found guilty for shooting Megan Thee
Because I
Stallion?
don't think he did it.
Explain that.
You got it. That's a whole different story. So do you know anything about that case?
I know
Meg
that
Thee
she
Stallion
said
case?
he shot her.
Yeah. All right. So Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, I believe it was Meg's assistant, and like a bunch of other people were at Kylie Jenner's house for a party. At the time, Meg and Tory were fucking with each other. I believe how the story goes is that Kylie was actually flirting with Tory, and Meg was like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here or whatever. So they dipped, Meg, her assistant, or whatever, the friend, and Tory. In the car, they started arguing, and I guess it came out that Tory was also fucking with Meg's friend. Shit, this has happened a while ago, so if I'm screwing up some of these fucking facts, leave me alone. But anyways, what happened was they don't know who actually shot at. What they said was the girl might have shot at Megan. And like the girl had a different story. The bodyguard, the driver had a different story or whatever. And so Meg was being kind of shady about the shit or whatever. So reasonable doubt is enough that like he probably should have been let off. But like, he got convicted. Like that is what it is. If you go through your appeals and all, but like.
It was his gun, right?
I think it was like an unregistered illegal weapon, but that type of shit is not as bad in Cali as it is in like a New York or places like here, where like here you get caught with a handgun, you're going to jail for a minimum of 24 months, no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In New York, like that's what happened with Wayne.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? New York, they don't play, dude.
Yeah, and like
in Cali, they don't really care.
That's why Shine's still in jail, right?
Shine's out now, but nah, Shine was caught like with shooting shit. Because he actually let off inside Club New York. Right.
But I'm just saying, like the gun charge, the New York gun charges are way more serious than most states.
No, and he got hit with that too. They added that on to him. You know what I'm saying? For sure. What do you call? You saw Gibbs's story like yesterday or the day before. I don't know where he is. Maybe
about
Georgia
Diego.
or whatever.
I think they might be in Indiana.
Oh, maybe they're in Indiana. Yeah. Maybe that's right.
Yeah, it looks like ATF.
Yeah, but then the next story, he's got the blicky in the car. He's like, all that fuck shit just to give me back my blick. I was like, Jesus, this is wild. Like in New York, that's not happening, bro. You're all going to jail.
I mean, Indiana might as well be the South with gun laws.
That's facts.
Like in Louisiana, you can open carry without a registration or a permit with a firearm.
I know. Texas too.
It's called the I don't know. It's some old-timey country western thing. But yeah, I forget. Anyways, yeah, as long as you have your weapon showing, you don't need a permit to carry it.
Yeah, no conceal. Yeah, it's open carry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Texas, same shit.
Yep.
Texas,
I mean,
open carry.
Mississippi, Alabama, Florida.
Yeah. That whole corridor, they're big on their guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit's wild, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's a big difference between living in the city and living in the country.
No, that's facts. But look, dude, real
Because
quick,
even
just,
I feel like in upstate, even if you're in a country enough area, it's not going to be as serious as like if you're in one of the boroughs.
So we're about to find out, actually, because there was just a case in New York where this like county worker, like some guy who works for the government, local government, some DoorDash kid was lost and knocked on the guy's door around like, I don't know, like 1 o'clock in the morning, sometime around there, and was like, hey, I'm DoorDash, I'm lost, like blah, 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 can you help me? And the guy's like, yo, get the fuck off my property, da, da, da. So the guy starts to walk back to his car, or gets in his car, and the dude comes out of his crib and fucking lets off a bunch of shots. The guy got hit in the back, da, da, da. Drove home, was able to get medical attention, but like now the guy's been arrested and shit. So
the guy that shot him, or the guy that got shot?
Yeah, the guy that shot. No. The guy that shot him was arrested.
Gotcha.
Because they were like, yo, he was clearly lost. Like he didn't know where he was going. He wasn't trying to harm you. He was really a worker. Like, you know, these are immigrants, bro, that don't. And I'm not saying illegal. These are probably, you know, legal immigrants or illegal, whatever. It doesn't matter, bro. These are guys that are not from this country. They're just trying to make this little $11 an hour. It's not his fault he got lost. Like. You could just be like, I don't know where 3 Main Street is, and go back to sleep. But you want to come out the crib after he's already getting in the car and go buck at him. Doesn't make any sense. So I'm hoping that guy and guys like that get hit with heavy sentences. But yeah, the South, I mean, upstate New York is not metropolitan New York. So things
no,
are
it's very much like the South feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
So things are a little bit different. But look, dude, I mean, not that I do prayers up, but like, I hope all the best for Tory Lanez. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to get stabbed 14 times in jail. I hope you don't die. Like, they say he's breathing on his own after both of his lungs were collapsed and shit. So let's see. But, you know, I'm sure he'll have some shit to say about it. And I'm sure he's going to start talking more shit about it. This is like it's a thing for him where it's like more street cred, which is fucking sad.
Well, he's one of these guys that's like a womanizer and just doesn't know when to stop. And clearly, it's one of the things that got him locked up to begin with. Even if he didn't actually shoot Megan Thee Stallion, which I think he did, if she says he did, like,
I believe all women.
No, I don't believe all women, but Megan Thee Stallion is just not one of these thug type people. She was someone that had jobs and went to school and put herself through school.
I hear you, but we've all been with either with or around vindictive women. And if your boyfriend was just about to fuck Kylie Jenner, who everybody says is the hottest girl out, and you just found out that your homegirl fucked with him also, you could lie to try to get this kid in trouble.
I mean, yeah, but you're just suspicious. You have no idea who she is. And I believe that he was convicted rightfully so. I really do.
That's fine. We could each have differing opinions on it.
But
Mark.
anyways, like my whole point though is that if you womanize with certain women, shit like this is going to happen. If you're flirting and saying you're going to fuck this bitch and of this like hardened convicted criminal who shot someone in the face, who shot one of his girlfriends in the face. Like, you're going to get what's coming to you. It's like
Facts.
The blues player Robert Johnson. Like, he was a player. He played around with the wrong married woman, and a man poisoned him, you know? Like,
this story is as old as time, right?
It's fuck around and find out shit.
Right. You fuck around and find out. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yeah, totally. So, I mean, it's just desserts.
I don't disagree with you on that. No. I don't disagree with you. And karma is karma, right? So whether or not, whether or not he did this, that's not what we're here to debate. He was found guilty. He played a stupid game. He won a stupid prize. Now you got to sit there and fucking deal with it.
And then he did it again.
and he did it again. But he's been doing it, right? Like, he's in jail taking pictures with fucking blue bandanas on his shoulder. If you know anything about gang culture, you know what that is, right? Brother, I don't know if you're really that guy. And you're in California jail. It ain't like you're in a jail in Nebraska. You're in a California jail. These gangs were formed in California. There's real dudes. Bro, Tory Lanez raps about shooting, killing, gangster shit. There's guys in that jail serving life right now for actually doing the shit that you lie about. You know what I mean? These guys don't take you serious. You're an actor to them, so they're ready to get you. And there's extortion that happens in jail all the time and fucking all this type of shit. He might have refused to pay somebody, and they sent that kid after him because they know that kid already had beef with Tory, and that kid's known for fucking stabbing up people. See, that's the thing too, right? They will send the young lifers at you in jail because them kids don't give a fuck. They already got life. What are you going to do? Give me 15 more years? I got life. No parole. So a lot of those OGs are smart enough to know who to send. It's like how they do it in the street, right? There's a reason why gangsters send 14-year-olds to go shoot at people, because that kid gets caught. He'll do 3 years in juvie. He'll be out by 17, 18. He ain't going away for fucking 30 years. You know? So.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he got what was coming to him. He, you know, like I mean, yeah, it sucks he got stabbed up, and that's terrible. But it for me, it just makes sense. It's like, yeah, if you're gonna do that, then like you're signing up for that.
That's it. You know what I mean? You've got to take what comes. The good
like,
and
now
the
you're gonna have like severe health problems the rest of your life because you couldn't stop flirting with people that have a partner.
Correct.
You know?
Yo, and some of these guys are smart, dude. Like, they know what's up. Like, these guys, like, they read books. Like, they read anatomy books, Grey's Anatomy, biology textbooks and shit. Some of these guys really know how to get you without killing you, but making you feel it for the rest of your life.
I mean, if someone stabs you 14 times, there's like some emotion behind that. It's not like they just stab you a couple times and walk off. Like, if that, like, think about how long it would take to stab someone 14 times.
No, it's less than 14 seconds, but they teach you. I mean, like, look, I don't know this. I never did any jail time. I've done, you know, a couple hours in a holding cell for being a dumb kid, but I've never done any jail time. But I know people who have, and I've heard these type of stories. Nah, bro, what they do is they tell you, yo, you keep going until either people or the COs rip you completely off. That's why, like, you'll see, like, in videos, when cops start rushing in and they start to pull guys off, those guys are still going like this, stabbing motions while they're being pulled off. Because they tell you to just keep going until you're done. But if you know the spots, right? Yo, you could Swiss cheese somebody and not hit any vital organs, and that person will be, debilitated for life. But they're not gonna die. They're gonna remember this shit for the rest of their life. That may have been what this kid was doing.
Yeah.
You know? Because you could have slit his throat and he'd have been done, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, I guess so, yeah.
You could have stabbed him in the heart.
Yeah, he wants him to live with the mistakes he's made.
I think that's more so what it is, right? I think this guy could have killed him if he wanted.
Yeah. Is that guy doing life?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he had nothing to lose.
He's doing life with extra. But he's also doing extra time for 2 incidents that he had in jail. So he's doing life plus 6 plus 15.
Yeah,
you know
so
I mean?
he's not going anywhere. He has got nothing to lose.
Zero to lose. Only thing, he only has stuff to gain inside of prison. That's popularity, that's extra commissary, that's OGs giving you props, you know? Again, I don't really know Tory's financial situation that well, meaning like, yo, you spent a lot of money on this case. I don't really know how much money you got left to be able to get extorted in jail. You know? Because if your money runs out, what good are you to these guys?
Right.
So, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, man. Tory Lanez, more like Gory Lanez.
There you go.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw it in passing, so I didn't really know the scale of the situation.
Yeah, wild, dude. 14 times.
Yeah,
the face one's the worst.
The face one is the worst. You saw pictures?
No. There's no pictures that have come out yet. I'm just saying in general, right? Like, you know what I mean? You can put a shirt on and cover those stab wounds in your back. You got a $150 on your face. There's no way to hide that. You know what I mean?
Chicks dig scars, bro.
No, I mean, I hear you, right? But like,
I'm joking. I don't know that. There's a limit to
that. Like, no, there's a limit to that, though, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't know, man. Let's see. I'm not looking. That's a weird way to say it. I'm interested to see the pictures when they come out.
Eek. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that.
But I mean, I don't want to see like the actual cut. Like, I don't want to see like the way TMZ does it, where it's like you hit the button and now it exposes it. What I'm saying is every year they make you do a mugshot, right? So I'm sure whenever his next mugshot comes up,
you'll see the scars on his face.
100.
Did he get slashed or stabbed in the face?
They said stabbed.
Yikes. Ouch.
Yeah.
I feel like getting slashed I'd prefer to get slashed than stabbed in the face.
I prefer to not get touched. Don't touch me.
I mean, if you had to choose, though.
I mean, I don't really know. Yeah, maybe a slash. I guess it depends.
Yeah, because stabbing, that could go deep and cause more damage. A slash is like going to just like cause outside damage. Like that internal
I guess
damage.
It depends. Like,
I mean, how long is this shank, you know?
No, it also depends on where, right? Like, yo, if you're saying to me, like, yo, would you rather get stabbed or sliced above the eye? Yeah, probably sliced. But if you're like, yo, would you rather get slashed across the cheek or stabbed in the cheek? I might say stabbed in the cheek.
I think I'd rather get fucking slashed than the cheek.
This is a wild conversation we're having about which we prefer. What maiming would we prefer?
I mean, it's kind of like tour stuff where you're playing Would You Rather for 4 hours or whatever.
No, I'm with you. No, I don't know. It really depends on where. But yeah, I mean, more than likely, I would probably pick slashing. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, because I mean, like, and if you didn't get to pick the spot, I mean, someone could stab you in the eye and then you can't see anymore.
With that being said, though, he also got stabbed twice in the back of the head. So if that didn't, really do much, like how big was the shank, right? It
must have not been huge, or if he did get stabbed. I mean, when he did get stabbed in the back of the head, then it must have not been like a really deep stab, just like puncture wounds.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. That's the case, right? But if it's just that's why it's weird, right? Because if it's just like minor puncture wounds, and not that you said minor, but if it's just puncture wounds, you're hard pressed to fucking collapse 2 lungs.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to get deep to collapse 2 lungs. But there are guys, that's what I'm saying. These guys they read all these books, dude, Grey's Anatomy, this, that. So they know where that floating rib is. So if they just catch you in the right spot, it doesn't have to be that.
I seriously doubt this guy was in the library reading about anatomy. It's probably just prison knowledge.
No, I disagree, dude. No, maybe, but I mean, somebody gave him that knowledge.
You're giving this guy way too much credit.
No, but what I'm saying, what do you mean, though, dude? This guy likes to stab people. He's been caught stabbing multiple times in jail.
Then
what else does he have to do?
If stabbing is his hobby, then he knows the spots. He doesn't need to study any kind of medical.
But he learned
book.
it from somewhere. I'm saying he learned it from somewhere. And so when you say,
probably,
yo, that's prison knowledge.
I think you're giving the guy way too much credit.
No. I'm not giving him the credit. What I'm saying is there are guys that are in jail that all they do is study that type of nonsense. And then they pass that information to the guys that they want to do the dirty work, right? So they're like, yo, stab him right in the armpit. Like, okay, but why? If I'm just a wild stabber, I don't know why. But in my mind, I'm like, yo, this guy said to stab him in the middle of the armpit. After a couple stabbings, you learn why, right? I don't know anything about this.
If this guy's a serial stabber, then he knows what spots to go for.
Right. And so,
this is crazy. There's this woman in New Orleans about 2 years ago, and I think they finally found her. But for about 6 months, she was in the quarter with like a little 3-inch knife, just stabbing people as they walk by.
I believe it.
She was just crazy, and she was just going, like, waiting for people, and they'd catch her on cameras in different areas of the quarter, but she'd just be like, stab, and then, like, walk off. Like, some people didn't even realize, because a lot of people were drunk, they didn't even realize they got stabbed until later on.
Yeah. Dude, in the 80s or 90s, there was guys in the city doing that shit with syringes.
I remember that.
Just poking people with syringes.
Was that legit, or was that like some Reagan era scare shit that like the LSD stars and the blue LSD stars and the Cracker Jack boxes?
No, that shit definitely happened. Like, I don't know if it happened as rampantly as, Nancy Reagan made it seem like it happened.
Yeah.
But no, that shit definitely was happening, dude.
That's crazy.
I don't know if they were stabbing them with like AIDS infection. You know what I mean? Like, because that was a story too, where it's like, yo, there's wild guys stabbing you with AIDS.
That's kind of what I'm going off of, as I remember those rumors.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that, dude. But I mean, you ain't stabbing people with empty syringes, so they're hitting them with something.
I mean, people do some sick shit like that, like State Palace Theater in New Orleans, where they did all the really big Freebase Society raves. There was a guy who was selling pills lined with cyanide as ecstasy and killed a bunch of people at one party.
That's fucking crazy.
He just was
is nuts.
A terrible person.
I hope that kid's doing life in jail.
Me too, honestly. I wonder what happened to him. I hope so.
Yeah, maybe he gets sent to Alcatraz when it gets open.
Not happening.
Not happening. He's not getting sent.
Notice how Trump just hasn't talked about that again.
We don't talk about that anymore.
Yeah, it's just like one of these crazy ideas he has, and he just forgets about it.
Well, that's because he watched Along Came Polly, and now he wants to be a risk assessor.
Or who knows? I don't know. Jesus Christ. I don't even know. I don't even know where to start with this crazy shit. I don't.
I think he watched Goodfellas the other night, so they're going to rob Kennedy Airport next week.
I mean,
it's just like, you just come up with ideas off movies. This is the wildest shit I've ever heard. This is how you run a country?
No, he watched Con Air. That's why he's about to accept this plane.
That's awesome. Oh, man. What's that? I forget his name. Forget Nicolas Cage's name in Con Air. I watched Con Air not too long ago, actually.
Did you really? I've seen that movie once. That was all I needed.
Con Air's phenomenal, dude.
Phenomenal. Wow. All right.
Yeah, John Malkovich, Ving Rhames got a great cast in that bitch.
Oh, I forgot John Malkovich is in that.
Hell yeah. Chappelle is in it.
Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, dude.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's one of the prisoners.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I guess I
Yeah.
haven't seen that movie since it came out. I'm pretty sure I saw that movie in the theater.
That's wild. Danny Trejo. There's a lot of guys in that movie, dude. Watch that shit. Watch it. You'll like it, dude. It's not terrible. I mean, it's a fucking terrible movie, but it's not terrible.
I'm not like big into action movies
I mean, I hear you. Watch it as a comedy.
as a comedy.
Yeah.
Just go in being
Hold it.
like, all right, this is a comedy.
This is yeah, correct.
This is not an action film.
I tell people to do that with Sopranos sometimes. I'm like, yo, watch it as a comedy.
You know, Sopranos is like one
Funny.
of those shows I never finished. And I know that,
Really?
yeah, I never finished Sopranos.
Wow. Wow.
I didn't
How
get
far did you
past the
get?
first season.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, Sopranos are one of the greatest shows ever made.
That's what everyone says. And I've just
Dude, you
never
need to watch that now.
I just never got into it as much as everyone else. I don't know why. And it wasn't one of these things like where I put off The Wire forever and then it took me like, you know, it takes a good 3 or 4 episodes to get into it and then you're like hooked. Like I never got that feeling with Sopranos.
Dude, first of all, do you have a Max subscription? Yes or no?
I do.
All right, good, because I was about to send you my Max login shit right now. No, dude,
how many times have we gone over this? I don't want your fucking Max login. I have my own subscription. We went over this when we did the top 5.
Yo, watch The Sopranos, dude. If there's one thing you do, watch The Sopranos before the wedding. Please, dude.
Before the wedding, I don't have time to binge an entire series.
Dude, watch
before
at least
your
a
wedding.
few episodes. That's fine, but watch some
All
more
right,
episodes.
look, for you, I will actually come through with the things I say I'm going to do on this podcast. I will actually watch Sopranos.
That's my role.
If you
My role is
listen to 2 Highwaymen songs.
That's the deal.
Okay. I'm going to send
That's
you
a
the
deal.
songs.
That's a deal. You want me to listen to 6 minutes worth of music for you to have to watch 40 hours worth of 50 hours worth of TV? I'm
That's a
in.
win for me for you to come through on what you're saying you're going to do on this podcast.
That's fine. I won't ever talk about it on this podcast, though.
That's
For
not
the-
true
for the-
because I'm going to bring
for
it
the
up
sake
and
of
ask
this-
you what you thought about
And
it.
I'm going to say, I never even listened to it. For the sake of this podcast, I'm never going to listen to Highwaymen. But for the sake of you and I as friends, I'll absolutely listen to 2 songs. You have 6-hour flight to get to New York, so you better at least have 6 episodes knocked out by the time I see you next. Dude, Sopranos is phenomenal. See, I disagree with what you were saying on The Wire, though, real quick on that. The Wire takes more than 3 episodes to get into. The Wire does take like half the first season, and then The Wire fucks viewers over because the beginning of the second season is on the docks. It's a completely different show. So I know so many people that struggled to get through the first season of The Wire, and then after the second episode of the second season, they're like, yo, I'm stop watching it. I'm like, dude, you have to watch it. Once they watch a couple of those season 2 episodes where you start to get introduced to the gangsters, now you're cooked. You can't stop watching it.
Yeah, that's interesting because I liked how dramatic of a change it was in the second season. I'm like, oh, this is like a whole other show almost.
It's a new show, yeah.
and then
it's
it,
something like
eventually
that's never been
ties
done.
everything in together, which is great because it just is like how the mechanics of life work anyways.
Fact.
Even like, sans the
Stay in your
criminal
fucking lane,
minded
guy.
stuff. Huh?
Facts. Sorry. No. This guy almost cut me off. My bad.
No, you're good. Man, I really wish we had this road rage cam.
I know. We will. I'm telling you.
It's
this
a
guy
good
almost fucking
day
flipped.
for bad drivers.
Oh, that's a fact, dude. It's fucking garbage out here. No, I'm with you, dude. It's like a completely different show. And when they do the tie-in, which I can't remember because I used to watch The Wire like almost like every other year. I haven't watched it in like 5-6 years, but I can't remember if it's like the 3rd episode or what, that they really start to like blend season 1 characters into season 2. And you're like, okay. And then like you said,
Yeah.
it all clicks together about, oh yeah, this is how society really works.
Yeah.
Everything's connected. You know what I mean?
I could see how that would turn off people because there's like so much character building, and even like I'm rewatching it again right now actually, and I'm doing it more at home and not on the go, so I can like focus in on stuff. I pick up so much stuff, and there's also a lot of like just standardized cop language that normal citizens wouldn't know.
Fact.
and you pick up on way more the second time
100%.
around.
100%, dude. No, 100%. That's awesome that you're watching it again. I got to get my girl on it. She's never seen it. We watched when we were like dating, not living together. I like had her watch. We started season 1, but quickly into it, I realized like, yo, this isn't a show. You could watch one episode every like 2-3 weeks. You got to watch this shit like standard. Like this got to be the show you watched like 3 episodes at night.
Yeah.
You know, in a row. No, I love The Wire, dude. The Wire is my favorite show of all time. Phenomenal show. But a lot of people were like, I like Avon. I like Avon too, but you also have to understand that the drugs have to come from somewhere. So that's why the ports are important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, people don't really get that.
And I mean, can we just like touch on Idris Elba's accent and how amazing it is? Like, he is such an
Idris Elba's
incredible
phenomenal.
actor.
Idris Elba is phenomenal, bro.
He's incredible. Like it's like undiscernible. You just like automatically think he's American.
No, that's facts, dude. He's great. I love Idris Elba. I've loved him since I saw him on The Wire, and like everything he does, I'm a fan of. I've not really, like, I love Luther. Not that we're talking about Luther, but yeah, Stringer Bell is a phenomenal character, dude. One of the best characters ever on TV. I mean,
Was that his first
scumbag.
major role? Was that before Luther?
Yeah.
So that was his first major role, but he really didn't break out until years after that.
No, so the whole thing about it is like, I believe Idris Elba was like a working actor in England before The Wire. And then he got The Wire. It was his first American gig. Luther's still a British show. And then The Wire got him big, but not huge. And then I think he did a movie with Beyonce that wasn't like a great movie, but I think that's what then made him like the go-to guy all over. But Idris Elba's fucking sick. Good. There's a 1-season show on Netflix. I like it. I wish it got more. It's called Good Luck Charlie, and it's Idris Elba, and he basically plays like a washed-up DJ, I think, and he's like trying to get back into it. It's fucking phenomenal. You would actually love it. Not that, I mean, it's great because it's like music. He's into it. Obviously it's Idris Elba. Yeah, Good Luck Charlie, man. I fuck with Idris Elba.
For some reason, I thought, and maybe I'm wrong, I thought for some reason he was like a bouncer in New York, living in New York, trying to be an actor. But maybe I'm wrong about that. I should look up more about his early career.
I think he was. I think he was that. But I think he was acting in England before. I might be wrong, but I think he was acting in England before that. And then he came here, and while he was trying to get his shot here, he had to have a job. And so he was bouncing and shit. I believe that's...
I gotcha.
I could also be making that whole part about him being an England actor up. I have no idea. But I believe he did some shit in England before.
I gotcha. Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Yo, have you seen Top Boy on Netflix?
I haven't. What's that about?
Yo, Top Boy is one of my favorites, dude. So Top Boy is The Wire, but in England.
It's what? Say that again?
Top Boy is basically The Wire, but it's in England. So it's basically... It's this street crew that works out of a fictionalized project called Summer House in London, in like the hood of London.
Okay.
And it is phenomenal. So this was a show that had, you know, like British shows, like their seasons are like 4 episodes, 6 episodes, you know what I mean? So, and they call them series. So like Top Boy had, I believe, 2 or 3 seasons or 4 seasons in England. So it was like 12 or 15 episodes total, right? Whereas like an American show is 10 episodes per season. But it basically follows these dudes, Sully and Duchesne, and they're just like, they're partners in the drug business, and they just run the streets in London, and they're just like young kids, like 20s, teens, but it's phenomenal and gritty and dope as fuck. So I can't remember if it wasn't BBC. I think it was TV1. And it got canceled, basically. It got shelved after those first few seasons. But it was like a phenomenal show. So Netflix, like, picked it up to air the older episodes or whatever. And they did it, and it was phenomenal. Yo, Drake ended up finding it. And Drake ended up, like, basically becoming, like, an executive producer on it and ended up getting Netflix to do a deal to do more seasons. So they did a few new seasons of it where the story continues with Sully and Duchesne. But it's got one of my favorite actors in it, and his name's Ashley Waters. He's a British dude. And he is fucking dope as shit, dude. Like, he is on the same level in my mind as Idris Elba is. And he actually was a phenomenal and very popular British rapper named Asher D. And then he transitioned into acting and is now one of the biggest actors in England. And I fuck with his shit, and Top Boy is fucking dope. So you should watch Top Boy, man.
Nice. So check out Top Boy.
Yeah, definitely do. Watch Summer House first, because Netflix rebranded the original shit, Top Boy Summer House.
This is too much to know. I'm gonna
just
go
watch
one
Summer
at a time.
House, bro. You're good.
Summer
Top
House,
Boy, Summer
Sopranos, Top Boy. Like, I do not watch much TV at all, so it's
Honestly,
gonna be a while.
I'm willing to let you move off the Sopranos shit if you watch Top Boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Noted.
I mean, because I know everybody and their mother has watched The Sopranos. I could talk about that with anybody, but I can't talk. Not a lot of people in my circle have seen Top Boy.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So at least I can chat about that. But that shit's great. Did you see the new shit? Did you hear about the new shit on Netflix called Adolescence?
No, like I don't watch much TV. I really don't care. But yes, go ahead.
Adolescence is a dope show, dude. Adolescence is so it's a Netflix show. It's a British show. It's a miniseries. It's like 10, whatever. I don't even know how many episodes. Maybe 6 episodes, 10 episodes. It's every episode is single shot, no cuts, one camera. Fucking dope. But Ashley Waters in that as well.
That's interesting.
And that shit is about it's about a kid in like elementary school or middle school who stabs his his girl classmate or whatever. So it's a wild, sad show or whatever. But the shots are like the cinematography is phenomenal because literally every episode is one continuous shot.
Gotcha.
Yeah, dope.
That's not easy to do.
Nah, it's fucking nuts, dude. I'm not asking you to check that out, by the way. That's not on the list of things you have to do that you're never gonna do on this podcast.
No, I do the shit I say I'm gonna do. It's you that you don't come through on that shit.
We're gonna see, Sopranos boy.
Yeah, we will see. We will see.
All right, no problem. The only time will tell.
We will see, cowboy. You buckle up and listen to some Highwaymen.
City slicker.
Yeah. You are. Watch out, or some white boy's gonna take you spotlighting. I still don't even know what that means, but
oh yeah, the game is wild.
But yeah, with that, man, let's wrap it up. It's about that time.
My brother.
Y'all don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see y'all next week.
Yo, my man, I love you. I'll talk to you next week.
Love you, buddy. Peace.
Peace.
I'm high pace with a high rise taste.
Addicted to the vapors of paper. Embark in the darkest sins in the hearts of men. Every rapper that rap ain't celebrity.
I'm high pace with a high